Hello, this is the Intrepid reporter reporting for beauty tips for ugly women. What a sight, on the topic this week of Valentine's Day, because we're coming up for that season, aren't we? Yeah, we're coming up for Valentine's Day. Now, traditionally, Valentine's Day is for lovers, isn't it? Really, lovers. But in my opinion, it goes across the whole board. You see, it goes across the whole board. For family and friends, you know, anyone special in your life. And I'll just begin. I've just gone through the worst experience you can imagine for us ladies. Worst experience, which is actually cleaning out your makeup bag, isn't it? Cleaning out your makeup bag. It's worse than giving in, isn't it, to your partner? But anyway, let's get cracking on. We'll begin top down. And with things like makeup. I'll cover makeup, hair, nails, and how you can enhance yourself, you see. Anyway, we'll start with the makeup. Now, if you're unfortunate enough, girls, to suffer from dark circles like myself at times, you know, dark circles, people may say to you, ooh, she's got heavy shadows, somewhere up with her, so she's ill. Well, I put it to you, you put it to them, that it's not heavy shadows from worms or anything, it's heavy shadows from heavy nights, isn't it, Heavy nights on town. But anyway, to begin with, a nice cup of tea, get you in mood. And we'll start with, I think, we'll get rid of them, the eyes. Now, our eyebrows. Now, the thing is, you want a nice thick eyebrow, because that's all fashion now, isn't it? All the rage. Get a nice fat and natural looking eyebrow, you see, natural, because they're all growing them out now, aren't they? Growing them out then. But you know, you don't want them too much. You just want that European look, don't you? Not the institution look. Remember that, girls. Remember that. Now, a lot of girls, when it comes to eyelining, I've heard that they use something called coal. Now, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, that's something what you put in great, isn't it? So I'd go against that. I wouldn't advise that. And now, I'm going to touch upon a delicate matter here that I did cover in a previous programme. But I do want to actually enhance that particular problem today, because it is coming up to Valentine's, you see. It is coming up to Valentine's. And that is the problem of hair, you see, removal. Now, facial hair, you know, don't go to none of these salons. You know, don't go to none of these expensive salons. Just get a lighter, you know, zip around your face, and there you go, Zip around your face, and there you go. And the thing is, you see, now, if you're unfortunate enough to wake up on Monday, you know, you're planning that night ahead, with your partner, and you've got a pimple. And I don't just mean any old pimple, I mean a ruddy grey monster, you know, that could actually walk off your face and go out and get a job, earn its living. No. Easiest thing to do, if you can't conceal it, and this is an instant beauty aid. Get a plaster, colour it in, stick it on, there you go. Instant Cindy Crawford, isn't it? Instant Cindy Crawford, but make sure you colour it in like properly, because you don't want it looking like a witch's mole, do you? No. Anyway, if you can't actually face getting rid of the facial hair, if you've got too much, just tell your bloke you've got Spanish blood, somewhere down the line. Now, that's very seductive, I reckon. That's very, very seductive. And we'll move on now to lips. Now, you may all know, it's very widespread out there, how women are plumping up the lips. Now, I'll point out an interesting fact to you here, because I did a little bit of research. You see. And it actually comes to pass that the reason why us lasses make our lips that beautiful blood red colour. You see, it all stems back to the very basic animalistic tendencies we've got for each other, you see. And actually, it does symbolise, you're not going to believe this, but it does symbolise the baboon's arse. You see, the big red baboon's arse, when they're in heat, it's, you know, that's the time to get going, isn't it, girls? So I've got here a lot of products, but as you can see, I've got what they use in the lip glosses now. You see, now I'm not a great fan of lip gloss, but you know, most girls are. You can get all sorts, and then you've got this little bit, you've got like glittery stuff here, you could put on your face, you know. Now, does help if you're a bit of these, you know, if you perspire a lot. If you're one of these lasses that tends to perspire a lot, I find that the glitter sticks really well, you see, sticks really well. But as far as the lips go, as I say, a lot of people are getting injected. You know, it's, you know, you want a sexy pout, not a trout spout, don't you? Eh? And there's an easy solution to that. You can get it from any corner shop, sherbet. Eat stacks and stacks and stacks of sherbet. My God, you know, your lips will blow up like a couple of inner tubes. I'm not joking. They'll blow up like a couple of inner tubes. See? So, we've got the lips. We've still got, you see, now I'll top up here. Now this, I'll do it without any aid of a mirror. You see, it can be done. You see? It can be done. It can be done. Now, as far as nails go, and if you haven't been blessed with a fantastic set of talons, you know, and you haven't got time to nip down to the nail bar and get it done, here's my advice and my quick solution, you know, pair of gloves, What's wrong with a pair of gloves? I mean, you know, it is Valentine's, it is February, it's the winter season, you know, so he's not going to question that, is he, He's not going to question that. So, we're still talking about hair here. Now, you know, if you should get to that intimate time of day, you know, and you've had your dinner and you're settling down, you know, please, girls, make sure you shave. Make sure you shave your toes, because there's not worse, is there, than an airy metatarsal. But the thing is, you see, as far as hair goes, be very careful when you go to these salons, you know, for your, you know, your lady garden pot, because I'm telling you, sometimes they're like flipping hairdressers with a pair of scissors, you know, mad on trimming. You know, before you know it, you're not gonna have an exotic Brazil, are you? You're gonna have an Hitler tash, aren't you? You want a Brazilian cut, not an Hitler tash, you see. So just be very careful on that point. I'm just pointing that out now. Now, moving on to hair, before we finish, you know, there's all sorts of things you could do. Now, you know, if you're not blessed with curly hair, now I know people are going in now for these straighteners, you know, it's the Jennifer Aniston, well, you know, it's gone, it has been. I'm going to set the scene, you see. I'm going to start off a new trend, you see, and I say, go back to curly hair, it's all rage, so, rather than spend hours and hours and hours getting them flipping straighteners in, get yourself a nice cheap wig. You can get them from any cheap pound shop, you know, any cheap pound shop. You can accessorise with a few little bits and bobs here. Perfect. Now, perfect. Now, you've got to be careful here though, because you want the Madonna look, see, not the Arpo Marx look, see. And finally, lasses, before I leave you, when you get to that time of night, you know, when you get to that time where you're going out for your meal, you'll be nervous. This is the man of your dreams, you know. Just make sure when you've got your dinner in front of you, don't get spaghetti, don't get nothing with spinach. or broccoli. Terrible that for sticking in your gob. No, just be careful that you masturbate your food, because believe you me, few hours down the line, you want to sound passionate, not flatulent. You want to sound passionate, you know. And if there's any lasses out there that, you know, like me, were born with a washboard for a chest, you know, stick a pair of leg warmers down there, you see. You don't need none of these expensive implants that can be deadly as well, can be deadly. So, that's my report on Valentine's Day, which is only round the corner. So, have your wine ready, your loved one at hand, and, you know, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think you'll agree that some bloke will be proud to have me on his arm of an evening, on Valentine's night. So, this is Intrepid Reporter reporting for beauty tips for ugly women. What a sight, you know, what a sight. And I think you will agree that I'll really get some, you know, blood rushing through some veins come that night, you know, if I just follow my own tips. And God bless, love each other, have a lovely night, and remember what I said, masturbate your food, alright?